Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we are looking at The Jump from Wesley Griffith. Man, this is one cool comic book. I am not kidding. I cannot wait to share it with you. It is so good. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. Okay, so doing my channel, every once in a while somebody contacts me and asks me if they can send me their book to review, and I'm always happy to do it, especially if it's a smaller, independent self-publisher who might need a little help getting some attention or word of mouth to their project. I love all comics, any genre, any style, any way, shape, and form of comics. However, that said, there is always the fear that somebody is going to send me a pile of crap, and then I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I have to review this and just find the nicest things to say about it. And that's always a fun position to be in. Well, I am happy to report that this is not the case at all. Wesley Griffith reached out to me and said he was I'm a fan of my channel and asked to send me his book, and I was like, yes, of course. And he sent me his book. I got it yesterday. I started reading it this morning. I sailed through the first 2 issues. I had to take my dog for his weekly ride, and then I could not wait to get back and finish it and immediately review it. It is so good. It is that good. I love it. What a great concept. So I have to share with you the little cover letter he sent. Hello, Michael. My name's Wesley Griffith. I'm a cartoonist and a graphic designer. I'm a big fan of your channel's show and wanted to share the first 3 issues of my crime comic, The Jump. So he's a big fan of the show, so we already know he's a genius, right? Quick synopsis. Frank is a low-level gangster who begs his next-door neighbor, Jan, to jump his broken-down car to participate in an armed robbery, but is blackmailed into giving up half his cut in exchange for her help, setting off a chain of violence and mayhem through the course of one night. What a genius concept, right, guys? Process. I laid out each page on a 6-panel grid for the purpose of posting each panel to Instagram daily after each issue is completed. As for the initial color pages, followed by black and white, I've always loved in manga when the beginnings of stories shift from process, red color, to black and white, so I thought that'd be fun to give it a try. Everything aside the coloring is hand-drawn, inked, and lettered. These issues were printed through Mixam's print-on-demand service. Thank you for your time, Best Western. Anyway, isn't that awesome? I love that. I love that he is a fan of my show, because every time I do a review, I talk about the process and I wonder what, how it was done and all that stuff. So he preemptively answered those questions for us. So I thought that was really nice and thoughtful. So good on you, Wes. Okay, let's get into this. Like I said, genius concept, right? He's going to pull some sort of heist, and his car breaks down, loser, and then he has to get his shifty next door neighbor to give him a jump, and nothing good happens after that. Like, oh my god, it is such a great concept. I'm ready for the Netflix series. It's so good. The Jump. Look at this great cover. I love it. Like, very Frank Miller, very hard-boiled, very David Lapham. Stray Bullets, is that what his series was called? Very manga, right? But it's funny because there's a lot of really good cartooning in here too. Sometimes the characters almost low-key look like Simpsons, and I'm living for it. So I don't know, is this taking place in LA? I don't know. There's palm trees, so that gives me that. I don't remember. Like, sometimes I feel like I never know where certain things take place until I get visual cues, and I'm kind of down for that, right? Because sometimes it just doesn't matter. We start out with this great action scene. Love the monochrome. Love your color choices all throughout. I was very reminded of the switch in color palette from Kill Bill Volume 1 to Kill Bill Volume 2. Getting vigilante vibes off of this. Love that as well. Love your eyes. Very creepy, stylistic. It's a very good cartooning manga style. I love it. The eyes are super creepy. If you guys are aware of that weird conspiracy theory, the demon face syndrome thing, your eyes kind of remind me of what people see if they have that affliction, Les. Sad to say. But creepy, gorgeous, beautiful nonetheless. It is so much fun. I am so glad that I didn't know that this was serialized on Instagram first. It would have killed me. Like I said, I couldn't even barely give my dog his weekly ride without waiting to finish this. So it would have killed me to have to like take it in chunks. So I'm glad I got, and not only the first issue, but the first 3 issues. So, oh my gosh, Wesley, thank you so much for that. I really super appreciate that. Love, I don't know why I just loved that this is just straight up like from an iPhone. Like we all have an iPhone. At least all the like normal people have iPhones, right? I don't understand you droid people. I'm sorry. But so we're also like familiar with this image. So I just kind of love that that was part of it. Love your dog. Like I love the way you depict your characters. They seem so rotted but relatable at the same time. So I think that that's fun. And it's interesting because, not if you know, right? But now that I know the choice, like this is going on Instagram first, like it works so well, like in this format. So, I mean, I feel like that must have been like either luck or like you're just such a genius that you figured it out. Now, some of this is a little bit, mature readers. By the way, guys, in case you're triggered by extreme cartoon violence and a little bit of human relations, if you know what I'm talking about. Love this. Love these little side chick characters. I feel like they're going to play an important part coming up. His neighbors or whatever. Just these friends like doing stuff, and she references to her being a Libra. I love that. That's so funny. I'm that hippy dippy LA person, so forgive me. People are just not into astrology the way they used to be. They really aren't. Like people look at me like I'm a freak when I bring it up, and just like I don't like. It's been around forever. Like it's not like it can't be over. Anyway, like I said, like I said this when I was what do you call it, reviewing Tony McMillan's Attaboy. Sometimes a concept is just so genius, and I feel like this concept is just so genius. Like if I'm saying Wesley Griffith, right, and I walked into Netflix and I'm like, this low-level gangster is pulling a heist, his car breaks down and he needs to jump, and the person who gives the jump blackmails him into wanting half the take. I mean, oh my gosh, right? Like, sign me up yesterday. It's such a great concept. Beautiful use of like silhouettes, the spotting of blacks. I'm like very impressed. It's funny, and there's an answer, but I was like, wow, I didn't know if this was like a first comic or whatever, but like so many good things going on. The storytelling's amazing. The cartooning is fun. Everyone, I don't know, certain little nuggets like crack me up because I don't know, just the look on this woman's face. Like he's going to his neighbors, like looking for a jump, and he's getting shot down. And of course, the last person you ask is always the one who says yes, right? I mean, think about that. But then she's like, call AAA maybe. And I just love it because I don't know, it feels just so antiquated to say AAA. And she's just like, of course, she would be that like non-helpful neighbor. Like, oh, AAA, I have AAA and I didn't think to call them. That's why I'm knocking on every single door. Anyway, I just don't know why that cracked me up, but it did. And then we meet Jan, and she's like the cute neighbor next door, and she's just like the innocuous chick or whatever with a big rack. And she sort of begrudgingly, it's kind of weird how they fall into this though. So she's like, I don't know, my boyfriend's at work, is it her husband? My husband's not, I gotta pick up my husband from work, and I'll jump you when I get back. And he's like, no, bitch, I gotta do it now. And her husband's there, and they low-key know he's a gangster, and so she frickin', I want in on the score. Like, you just know, I feel like she's sealing her fate right here. Like, no good can come to this chick because of this decision. Like, this reminds me of, like, it's, like, one of those great, like, stories that, like, just really stress you out, where, like, one bad decision turns into another bad decision, and then it just keeps escalating and escalating and escalating. Now I'm curious. I feel like, because I'm not adept when it comes to Instagram or, technology or anything like that. But like, so when you're serializing it on Instagram, I feel like I've seen people like break up a huge page like this and it looks like so cool. So I love that despite the consistent 6 panel grid, we're able to get a break from that with a page like this. And it's funny because thank you for like making me like re-fall in love with the 6 panel grid. You know, after like, because of, Image Comics in the 90s, like a a traditional panel grid layout seems to be not popular unless you're doing something like trying to, ape the Watchmen 9 panel grid or something like that. Ends on such a great note. I'm like, you fucker, thank God I have issue 2 to dive right into, because I'm like, no, I can't wait. I just can't wait. So Wesley Griffith, this is not your first time at the rodeo. Clearly he has an impressive body of work. I'm here for it. Like, I am a fan now. So thank you for sending me this beautiful back cover. Like, very nicely done. The color scheme is amazing. I love the covers. Everything. It's just like so good. Like the number, like it's just well done, well thought out. It looks just like very cohesive, and I love it. This is such a beautiful cover. I'm a colorist. I'm a color whore. I love this. The thing that is so amazing about this cover, and I really appreciate that, is it works so well as a cover, just a normal standard cover. But it's also a wraparound cover. Can you believe that? Like, this would make a great poster. I don't know. I just love it so much. And the color, amazing. Beautiful. I feel like when people do colors like this, they're doing them for me personally. That might be egotistical, but I don't know. I live in my own head, right? Beautiful pink, beautiful black, beautiful silhouette. Love it so much. We're getting some more color in here. And, oh my gosh, so funny. I don't know why. I'm a 12-year-old boy at heart, but the fact that this strip club is named Whole Lotta's, it just killed me. I don't know. If it's a real place, amazing. If it's not, your dirty bird, Wesley. By the way, Wesley Griffith, that's a great name, isn't it? But it kind of sounds like that nice boy that you know but aren't total friends with in school. Like, just like the nicest boy in the class. Anyway, so this guy, our protagonist, he's just like a jerk. He's a criminal. He's a loser. But I don't know. I don't know if I've established any like affection for him yet. And Jan, I don't know if I've established any affection for her yet either. It's funny because some of the greatest stories have like some of the most unlikable characters. I feel like I will redeem themselves at some point. And now we're just going hard with like the crazy color schemes, and he's really experimenting and doing like a lot of fun stuff. And I really enjoy and appreciate that. And then I also love this too. Like, he's just like a really thoughtful, like detailed writer. Like, he gets up here and he's like, or you can find out if 6 is today's lucky number. And I was like, why 6? And I'm like, oh, okay, because he's on top of a 6-story building. Damn. I'm like, I just appreciate that. You know what I mean? He's a good writer and a good cartoonist, like a well-rounded cartoonist. I love it so much. Like, it's funny because, like, like they just have these big crazy eyes. And here, like, I always have to point out, where when I see influences, and I'm seeing, like I said, Frank Miller, Dave Lapham. This is like Sin City manga, kind of, right? Then you got The Simpsons. You got a little cartooning. I don't know. I really love it. It's really, really good. And then Jan, she's like a masseur. I always get confused with that. Have they not come up with a non-binary or non-gender masseur, massay? Okay, sorry. Anyway, so she's married to this baseball player, Alex Acosta, which sounds like a real name. Like, and I love that name, by the way. It's such a good name. But I love how he's like this well-known baseball player, but he's kind of a loser and broke. She meets him by giving him a massage, and then of course, I don't know, he just seems kind of a jerk. I feel like he's kind of strong arming her into being involved in this heist, and of course it all went south, or it hasn't yet, but it's gonna. Like, I don't know how long this is. I want it to last forever, but I don't know. I cannot wait to see where it goes. It's so good. And then, yes, thank you. Thank you for these gorgeous splash pages here. Like, that is so fun, isn't it? Fun is another word I would use to describe this. It is a thrill ride forever. Like, come on, Simpsons, right? But I love, like, him marrying all this stuff together, and it just works so well. Like a patchwork quilt, if you will, in a way that is thematic and cohesive all at the same time. So yeah, so of course the minute his wife leaves, he whips out the laptop and starts whacking it to his, I don't know, who is she? It's just some hoe on the internet. Yeah, her. We need to remember her because she'll be back, y'all. Because I love that too. I love how it's all intertwining and weaving. It's like he's like, speaking of a quilt, it's also a tapestry being woven together in a beautiful way. It is the story that I didn't know I needed. It is so good. Oh, thank God. I was like, are we through yet? No, we can't be. Is that the end? No. Floating World Comics. Is that a nice little comic book store in Portland, Oregon that y'all need to visit? How nice of them to put an ad in here, for real. And what a lovely, lovely logo. I enjoyed it. Thunder Beast, Wesley Griffith, $25. That better be a thick-ass book, Mr. Wesley. I'm just kidding. Love the art. So amazing. Like, I'm so excited to see that you have this crazy, like, huge body of work. All right, so that was issue 2. See how it flows so magically. It's so good. Like, I can't believe how good it is. And every cover looks different. This is definitely like stray bullets right here. Love just like the color, right? Red, yellow, blue. Like, these are your primary colors, people. Great logo, great name. There's something to be said about just like simplicity, the impact of simplicity sometimes. I mean, that just really jumps out at you, doesn't it? Now here we go again with my amazing color journey. And thank you again. Like, I feel like there's some moments of like just art for art's sake that are really beautiful throughout, and I really appreciate that, because anybody who's a cartoonist, anyone who likes to draw, knows that sometimes it's just fun to make a really cool, pretty picture, right? And I feel like that's what this is right here. Beautiful colors, you know. I feel like Eric Larson has a lot of this going on in his coloring of the ant. Like, this feels like 70s Marvel with the bizarre, like, seemingly random color choices, but giving a lot of impact and making sense at the same time and telling the story. I love this. This is just so good. There's so much goodness here. What a great cartoonist. Her, remember her? This is the one on the laptop when Jan left and Alex was whacking it to some woman on, the other side. And then so the guy who does the heist, he winds up, we saw him get into a car accident, but then he gets taken to this place. And I feel like he feels like he's being rewarded, like he's given this hoe. And then in the meantime, like, there's so much going on here. Like, I feel like I'm spoiling it all. I just kind of am. I'm just going to get through it. You're just going to have to buy it. Like, it's amazing. So many things are going on. Like, I cannot wait to see what happens next. It's like a breakneck speed, twists and turns for days. You can just feel like the horror, the impending horror, no good is going to come to these characters. And you kind of can't wait for it because, like I said, they're kind of rotted garbage people. Um, and also, thank you for letting me know that this is all like hand done, like nice lettering, like what a tremendous amount of work. Um, and I feel, especially in indie books, I feel like like he's looking at this album. I'm sorry, I don't know who Paul Desmond is. So like, that probably just killed a million people for me saying that. But I like when a cartoonist like throws in their interest. So clearly that must be like one of your favorite musicians or songs or whatever. I don't know. And then there's this reference to like this memory, like he goes and sees this painting of a bullfight and it triggers this memory of him witnessing a bullfight that obviously he has PTSD from, and he felt compelled to tell the hoe. And right here, like, see that what I mean, like how we go from like just this normal standard like storytelling style, and then suddenly he's using this great like solid black silhouette juxtaposed against this plant with this like really fine like line. Like, I don't know, it's just like really beautiful. It's just an interesting way to sort of make a talking heads scene like not stagnant and boring, and I think you pulled it off quite well. Thanks for including peckers in comics. I'm all about normalizing the peen in a comic book. You know what I mean? I think America needs to get over it. Although I've talked about this before on my channel, oddly enough, and sometimes it is distracting. But I think it's less distracting when it's just a normal dong, and like, as opposed to like some giant gargantuan veiny thing. Sorry. But hey, there it is. Once again, love this. I don't know. Also, it's interesting, and I'm I'm curious. This is a question that Wesley himself can only answer, but it's interesting because it's like, on one hand, do you paint yourself into a corner by being like, okay, this is going to be serialized on Instagram, so I have to do every panel like that. Sometimes that's a fun challenge, and it leads to like surprises and, forces you to make decisions that you didn't know you were gonna make or were even capable of. And Jan, I don't know, like Jan, there's more to Jan than meets the eye. I feel like she just seems like this 2D sort of like simple like chick, and then she's like finding, her survival instincts and doing what she has to do, and quite brutal at the same time. Beautiful double page spread. Love that. And she goes hard. And this is like a great way to do like some like nasty, like brutal violence, like heavy silhouettes, and just, lots of black ink. This goes a long way, y'all. And then he's like, it's on, bitch. I'm gonna chase you through this forest. Nobody fucks me up. I'm gonna fuck your shit up. And then he strips down to this crazy, like, okay, we just know that this guy is like psycho. Love these 2 pages so much. This is gonna be good. I cannot wait for issue 4. Oh my gosh, is it now being serialized on Instagram? Probably. I cannot wait. I'm just gonna have to go check and find it. I have to. I mean, come on, this is the cliffhanger from hell. I cannot wait for this. Beautiful art. So good. Thank you for the little end paper in there, the bullfight. Just little artistic touches that I enjoy. Wesley Griffith, The Jump. This is the book you need, you all. I'm always dropping hidden gems on my channel. Thank you so much for sending this to me, Wesley. It is truly an amazing comic book. I look so forward to seeing how it plays out, and I hope that everyone that is watching this just is excited about it as I am, and like seeks this out. I will put links on how to contact Wesley through socials in the description of the video, and how you can maybe get your hot little hands on these amazing books, because they are so good and so worth it. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and I will bring you more soon.